Hi, I'm Catherine Goshen, a professional astrologer from the village of Nyack in New York State, and I'm passionate about in-depth astrology and getting to the heart of the matter. In this video, we're going to talk about Aries and Aries rising for 2022. As always with my videos, I invite you to watch your rising sign first, because this gives the timing, followed by your sun sign. And when I do give dates such as new and full moons, please take a day on either side. It depends on what time zone in the world you're in. So Aries, let's see what's in store for next year for you. If you do have your natal charts, before I launch into the forecast, I just wanted to say a word. If you have Aries Sun, check the sign your Mars is in. If you have Aries Ascendant, check the sign your Mars is in. Check the house too. Because many Aries rising, I find, do not relate to this idea of being impetuous and always too quick to act. And this is largely because of the sign of their Mars. So for example, if you have your Mars in a water sign, you're going to be more inclined to take action from an emotionally based perspective. If you have your Mars in an earth sign, you will be inclined to take practical action, which will slow down that Aries Sun or slow down that Aries Ascendant. If you have your Mars in a fire sign, you're going to be more inspirational, and that may speed things up. And if Mars is in an air sign, your action will be based on communication, on sociability, and it will give a different kind of a feel, an energetic feel to your Aries or your Aries rising. So Aries Sun and Rising, January starts off with your ruling planet in a wonderful place for studying, for travel, for exploration, for going deeply into things. You'll probably be very energized, and you may even be traveling abroad. That said, it's not a great month for starting a new relationship, but it is a great time to expand yourself, what you're interested in, and to plan ahead for the year. In the final week in January, the action planet Mars is going to move into your house of work. So you'll have ample energy to get things going and to really concentrate for all of February and the beginning of March very strongly on the workplace. The one caveat is if you do want to initiate new projects, wait until after February 3rd so that the mindset planet Mercury is moving and it can be all systems go for you, Aries. There is a nice little period in the middle of January, the 10th to the 12th, which you might be feeling at your glamorous best. It's a great time to, if you have to make a presentation or schedule something for work, really good days for that. Once again, not a good time possibly for new relationships, but a great time to invest energy if you are in a permanent relationship, maybe going away with a loved one and spending some extra special time with them. So February looks like a lot of energy at work. If you by any chance don't work, this house can also represent your public standing within the community. So you might be doing volunteer work. You might also be visiting an elderly parent, in particular your mother, because this house can also have to do with that. So be flexible, but just know that February is a great time for action, for high energy. Mars is in a positive sign, and you should be all systems go. Then the first week in March is going to see quite a big adjustment. The early part of March, around the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, there's a really high-powered energy coming in. So if you need to push something forward, go for it at that time. Then around the 6th, 7th of March, there's going to be a shift away from the career, more towards a group orientation, or possibly towards earnings from your career or rewards. Maybe a promotion is coming up for you. So a really important time, that early part of March, to keep moving, keep getting things done. And a shift, if you do have the option to visit friends or to get into a situation where you are working in groups, or you are working with your colleagues at work, for example, if you're creating a clinic or you work in some kind of a group setting, you have to organize a seminar, this is a great time for that. The first, even going into the second and third weeks in March. Then on March 20th, the sun will move into your sign. So Aries suns, happy birthday. And this will be followed by a beautiful new moon on April 1st in your sign. Very good time to set your intentions, to reflect on the first 3 months of the year, and to decide where are you going from now, what do you wish to achieve by the beginning of 2023. From March 27 till around April 11th, you'll have the mindset planet also in your sign. So this once again simply denotes energy. We have clear thinking, all systems go, and you might also want to take a couple of short trips during that window. There is one period of slowdown around April 4th and 5th. If you do experience delays at this time, maybe a project that you've been working on, you suddenly hit a wall in it, or there is some kind of slowdown in your life, something needs to be structured and you can't rush forward, don't worry about it. It's going to be short-lived, and it's an important time for you to maybe slow down a little bit and make sure that the roots are firmly planted before you can grow the foliage of your plant. So after all this busyness of February and March and early part of April, cementing alliances, making plans, working in groups, from the middle of April, there's a retreat, a going inwards, all the way until May 24th. Your ruling planet will be in one of the solar houses that has to do with reflection, with taking a step back, with a more spiritual approach to life. So I invite you to plan some time away, possibly a retreat during that time, to make an increased time in your day for being quiet with yourself. If you don't have the luxury of going away on a retreat, take some extra time to reflect and to see where you are heading with your own personal development. May also looks like a time for treating yourself, or for allowing yourself to beautify your life. Maybe you're going to buy some new clothes, or just have a makeover of some sort. You're going to have Venus in your sign at this time, and spiritual planet Jupiter, also the planet of expansion, will be moving into your sign around May 10. And Jupiter is going to spend quite a few months of the year in Aries. Then it will dip back into Pisces. And you'll also have this visit from Jupiter in the first 5 months of 2023. So that May period is very, very important for you, Aries. What you initiate that week around May 10 is going to take you all the way through to mid of 2023. You'll start on something, you'll receive a lot of energy for it, and then it might fall away for November and December of 22, and then you'll be able to get that back on track in 2023. And if you have an Aries sun, Jupiter will contact your sun, often a time of abundance, or a very good time simply to expand whatever you're working on. If Aries is your ascendant, Jupiter will be coming into your first solar house and will be allowing you to receive the benefits of more everything. So be very mindful of where you place your energies at this time, because whatever you are putting your energy into, that is going to grow. So cultivate a positive attitude, positive thoughts, appreciation for the things that you do have, and those things will be able to expand. For all of June, you're going to have a lot of energy in your house, which is about self-development, your identity, and personal growth. Your levels should be high for doing things, getting around. There should be energy, and hopefully you will get a lot done at this time. Really great time once again to move forward, to be active, to exercise, to put energy into projects. Then the first week of July, there'll be a shift into the house of resources and finances. And you know, Aries, you've had a lot of changing energy in that house since Uranus moved in there in 2019. The way you make money has changed. There's been a lot of unusual and surprising ways where how money has been coming into you. So use that month of July to hone in on finances, what needs adjusting, and what do you need to do in order to keep your finances increasing and to stabilize the energy in this house. Now we come to the most interesting part of the year for us, because from August the 20th all the way through to March of 2023, there's going to be a concentrated energy in your chart. So your ruling planet Mars will be in an area which has to do with communication, learning, teaching, neighborhood, siblings. So however that manifests in your life, there are of course a myriad of ways. But when Mars stays in an area of your chart for a long time, it means there is some kind of concentrated activity or lesson to be learned. So something is begun, it is gone over, and it is finished. And instead of taking a month, like it usually does, you're going to have almost 6 months to complete this. So if you are a teacher, you will have a concentrated energy of teaching at this time. If you're working in your community, starting a school, working with neighbors, with friends, helping people out, a project that you start in late August is going to see you through all the way until March of the following year. If you have things to work on with your siblings, this is a wonderful time for a visit, for getting things sorted out between you. Wonderful time for visiting relatives and just concentrating on all those things that that area of your chart represents. You're going to have action there. And the way this will work is that in late August, it will initiate. And then from the very end of October, around the 31st, there's going to be a slowdown in that area where you're going to have to go back and redo things, revisit them, see how things are going. Maybe rework the original parameters of your project, of your essay, of your PhD thesis, whatever it is. And this slowdown will be for all of November and December. And it's going to give you that opportunity, Aries, to rework things. And then in January of 2023, the energy will start to move forward again, and you will be able to complete that project by around March 23rd, 24th, 25th of 2023. So let us know how that goes, Aries. And of course, you're going to be dealing with other themes besides those I've mentioned during that long period, because you have other planetary energies in other houses. You'll still have that grounding energy in your house of friendships. You'll still have that energizing energy in your house of finances. So there's a lot going on. You've also got all the eclipses of 2022 in your houses, which represent self-worth, the worth of others, as well as your resources and potential partners' resources. So that's going to be another area that's going to light up for you during 2022, Aries. October 9th, it's going to be your full moon. So that will be at 16 degrees of Aries and will take place in your first solar house, which again has to do with identity development and hopefully something beautiful that you've been working on throughout the year will come to fruition at that time. So November and December are definitely prime for you to slow down a little bit, maybe work a little bit less, clear the calendar, don't schedule so much, and use that time for deep learning, research, spiritual development, going into something that you've been, craving to work on and that you started in 2021 but didn't get a chance to finish off. And that quieter energy will be available for you all the way through to December 21st, when Jupiter is going to move back into your sign, Aries, or into your first house, Aries rising. And once again, there'll be a shift. You should really feel that this week. Jupiter is a very slow moving planet. So when it moves into a sign, we do feel the change because it starts to light up another house of our chart. And then you'll have to wait all the way until January 12th of 2023 before Mars gets energized again, moves direct, and it's all systems go for the new year. So don't initiate new projects in the first 12 days of January. I know some people, especially Aries, are eager to get going into the new year. But your ruling planet is retrograde, so wait until after the 12th or 13th, even a little longer. And then you can feel free to go forward with confidence into 2023. I wanted to make a special note for those of you born March 25th to around April 1st, or with your ascendant 5 to 12 degrees of Aries. You're going to have a visit from Chiron throughout 2022, and this may manifest in terms of the ability to heal things from the past, and also to become a healer yourself, or if you have a vocational profile which is linked to teaching, you might find yourself opening to that more and channeling your work more towards the direction of teaching and healing. Another special note is that those of you born 15th to 18th of Aries or thereabouts, or those of you who have an Aries ascendant between approximately 25 and 28 degrees of Aries, you're going to receive a visit from Pluto this year, and that can be very helpful towards overcoming obstacles which stand in the way of your self-empowerment. And I encourage you to move forward strongly through this year, because the energy of Pluto can really help one to connect with one's deepest, most inner power. That's all I have for you today. If you found anything helpful in this video, please like and subscribe. I love your comments. Please post them below. I read every one of them. And if you are serious about studying astrology and are interested in weekly live classes beginning in September 2022, I invite you to fill out an application form, which I will post below. Wishing you a wonderful, healthy, prosperous, and happy 2022, Aries. Until next time.